What is wealth? Is it the number in your bank account? The value of your home? Your 401k? We're taught to chase these numbers, to see them as proof of our financial success. But what if I told you that much of what we call wealth in our modern economy is not built on gold or productivity or anything tangible at all? What if it's a phantom, a magnificent illusion conjured by a form of high-level financial alchemy? For centuries, alchemists sought the philosopher's stone, a mythical substance that could turn base lead into precious gold. They failed. But their modern successors, the central bankers and financial engineers, have succeeded in something even more extraordinary. They have discovered how to perform the ultimate transmutation, turning debt, the very representation of obligation and lack, into something we are told to perceive as wealth. This isn't a metaphor, it's the mechanical reality of our system. And today, we will journey into the heart of this alchemical furnace to uncover how your financial reality is being manufactured and what happens when the spell begins to break. Our story begins not in a marble central bank, but in the vaults of medieval goldsmiths. People deposited their gold for safekeeping and received paper receipts. These receipts began to circulate as money. They were more convenient than heavy metal. Then the goldsmiths had a forbidden insight. They noticed that not everyone demanded their gold back at once, so they began secretly issuing new paper receipts, not backed by gold, and lending them out at interest. This was the primordial act of financial alchemy. They had turned the mere promise of gold, a form of debt, into working capital. This was the birth of fractional reserve banking. For centuries, this trick was limited by the physical reality of gold in the vault. But the true alchemical revolution required breaking the final link to reality itself. In 1971, President Nixon performed the ritual that unlocked unlimited alchemical power. By ending the US dollar's convertibility to gold, he shattered the golden mirror that reflected the true value of money. Money was no longer a claim on a physical asset. It became a pure abstraction, fiat currency. Its value was now based solely on belief and decree. The alchemists were no longer constrained by the scarcity of metal. They could now create the primary ingredient, currency, in unlimited quantities. Here is the core of the modern magic trick. It happens in 2 steps. First, a bank creates money from nothing when it issues you a loan. But this loan isn't just a liability for you, it's an asset for the bank, an income-producing stream of payments. The bank has alchemized your promise to pay into its own financial asset. But the second step is where the illusion of wealth is truly born. These millions of individual debt assets, mortgages, car loans, credit card debt, are bundled together into complex financial products called derivatives, like mortgage-backed securities or collateralized debt obligations. These derivatives are then given a shiny credit rating and sold around the world. The financial system has now transmuted a mountain of individual debt into a tradable, safe asset that forms the bedrock of pensions, mutual funds, and institutional portfolios. Debt has been transformed into wealth. The problem with alchemy is that if your base ingredient is impure, your final product becomes poison. In the lead-up to 2008, the alchemists got greedy. They began bundling toxic subprime debt, loans to people who could never repay, into their magical securities. They used even more complex spells, like credit default swaps, to ensure this toxic waste. When the underlying debtors stopped paying, the entire illusion shattered. The wealth stored in these assets evaporated overnight because it was never really there. It was debt in a glittering disguise. Faced with the failure of their art, the master alchemists did not abandon it. They doubled down with the most potent elixir ever conceived, quantitative easing. Central banks created trillions of dollars of new digital currency and used it to buy up the toxic debt assets from the banks. They were literally creating new money to prop up the value of the bad debt, re-inflating the phantom wealth. They replaced a private debt problem with a massive systemic one, convincing the market that the alchemy still worked. This is not history. This is your reality. The global derivatives market, the purest expression of this debt-to-wealth alchemy, is valued in the quadrillions of dollars, an order of magnitude larger than the entire real-world economy. Global debt is 3 times global GDP. What you perceive as a strong stock market or a valuable home is often just a reflection of this massive debt-fueled asset inflation. We are living in an economy of spells, where value is determined not by productivity, but by the confidence in the alchemist's continued ability to perform the trick. You cannot stop the alchemists, but you can learn to distinguish their illusions from reality. You can build true, durable wealth. Here's how. First, distinguish between wealth and monetized debt. True wealth provides food, shelter, energy, transportation, and knowledge. It is productive and tangible. A monetized debt asset is a claim on future production. Train yourself to see the difference. Does your asset produce essential goods and services, or is it just a financial instrument derived from someone else's loan? Second, seek assets with intrinsic value. In an age of financial illusion, prioritize assets that have utility beyond a balance sheet. This includes productive farmland, energy resources, critical commodities, and companies that produce essential goods. These are the modern equivalents of gold. They cannot be conjured from nothing by a keyboard. And third, understand that confidence is the true currency. The entire alchemical system runs on one fuel: confidence. The moment confidence in the central banker's ability to manage the debt illusion fails, the spell breaks. Your financial strategy must include a hedge for that moment. A society that mistakes debt for wealth is building its future on a phantom. The alchemical spells have worked for decades, but they have not repealed the laws of economics, only delayed their consequences. This isn't a call to panic, but a call to clarity. The most powerful investor is not the one who understands complex derivatives, but the one who can see through them. If you're ready to continue demystifying the financial world, to learn how to build a portfolio of real assets that can survive the unraveling of any spell, then your education is the most valuable investment you can make. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because we are committed to turning financial confusion into clear-eyed strategy. In the comments, I want to know, what is one asset you own that you believe has intrinsic value beyond its price on a screen? Thank you for watching. Stop chasing illusions. Start building real wealth.